And I'm here with my friend Shad, who is a rock star at everything. As you can tell by the long, flowing, beautiful hair. In fact, I think I need to let my hair go for this so we can, like, match. Be like, yeah, there we go. Haha, nice and flowing. So, Shad, do you use beard conditioner?
I do, actually, yes.
You do?
Yeah.
What brand, or, like, where does one buy beard conditioner?
Well, what I do is when I'm showering, I use mane and tail shampoo and conditioner.
Mane and tail? Huh.
I get it at the store I work at.
Is that for horses?
Yeah, it actually is.
But it works pretty well?
Yeah. And then I also use the mane and tail detangler. And then I use, I believe it's apricot oil that I get from GNC every morning.
Apricot oil?
I think it's what it is.
Really? Now what does that do?
It just helps oil your beard so it doesn't, like, dry out throughout the day.
Huh. Does that help with, like, dry skin too?
I don't know. Well, your follicles produce a certain amount of oil each day, and the longer your beard gets, the less it's effective getting to the ends. And where I work, it dries out a lot anyways, so I just put it in there each morning to make sure it gets all oiled up.
Huh. Oiled up.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, now if it's not oiled and you don't use conditioner, like, does it end up having a lot of split ends?
Oh, yeah, it does anyways.
See, that's kind of like where I get, and then I end up, like, plucking split ends, and then realize I plucked a whole patch out, and then I'm like, shave. Hence what happened to baby face.
Yeah, I pull 5 to 10 out a day at least.
Yeah. And I don't know about you, but, like, for me, I find a split end, and I'm like, Nah. I think I just don't like split ends. So, tell me, this looks like a giant cauldron.
Yep.
Was that on purpose?
Yep.
Yeah. Do you brew potions out here too?
Yep. No.
Oh. Darn it. I was like, yeah! What type of elixirs are we having tonight? Peppermint.
Peppermint, onion, nightshade.
I feel like everything but the nightshade sounded like, okay, yeah, I can go for that. For those who don't know, would you explain what nightshade is?
It's a medieval assassin poison.
Yeah.
It's growing in my garden.
Yeah, so it's just over there, just chilling, being like, yeah, whatever, I'm here. Now, how common is that in some of the other medieval assassin plants? Are they normally found around these parts in Iowa? Or is it something like, nah, you actually had to be looking for this to get it?
No, actually, the Atropa belladonna species, there's several different of the nightshades in that family. And actually, tomato is a nightshade.
No.
Seriously, yeah. There's only some of the nightshades that are deadly or toxic in large quantities. But in the nightshade family, tomato is actually in there, if I remember correctly. But the Atropa belladonna, the deadly nightshade, the first one actually I remember seeing was over around the bushes past my Yukon, and somehow last year just ended up over here, probably because of a bird, I would imagine.
Now, is there like a particular way to make them poisonous, or are they just like right off the bat, just like you don't want to touch it, or is it just indigestion?
Digestion. It has, I think they're called alkaloids or something in them.
Okay.
They're strongest in the berries and the roots.
So don't eat the berries?
Don't eat the berries.
So is that like all the things that you see, like the little trees and bushes, and like, you're like, ooh, berries, and your parents are going, don't eat that!
Yeah, that's probably one of them.
My gosh.
When they're just starting off, they look kind of like a gooseberry, a green berry. As they start ripening, they turn a dark purple or black.
Deceiving little boogers.
Mm-hmm.
Gooseberries. I love gooseberries, but it's pulling such lies off. My goodness.
Yeah, so that's one of the more common of the medieval European poisons growing in my garden.
Just growing, just chilling there.
Yep.
Like, yeah, whatevs, I got one of these. Ah. Now, what are those giant dandelions?
No, those are the onions.
Those are the onions?
Yeah, those are the onions.
What?
Cameraing this.
Yep. So that thing attaches that thing, which is an onion.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, you can obviously tell I grew up in the city because I would never think onion.
Here, try it.
You just bite off the stem?
Yeah, just try it. It's very much an onion.
Oh my gosh, it is.
When you let them grow, they start flowering.
So is it just common that people just pull them out or cut them before they start flowering?
Probably, yeah.
Is that why, like, it's not really a thing?
Mm-hmm. They didn't get that tall last year because we were pulling them.
Okay, guys, onion flowers gotta become a common thing these days.
We'll grow some more next year.
Is that how you just do it? Just toss the flower in there and it grows back?
Well, last year I just put the bulbs in there, and oh, there's my shovel. Last year I just put the bulbs in there, and this year when I didn't have time to do anything with this section, they just started sprouting. The pumpkins that I planted over there did not come back up like they were supposed to. The peppermints I planted last year that I didn't think would come back came back with a vengeance.
Which is that stuff right there.
Yeah.
Now, can you eat peppermint just straight off the plant?
Oh yeah.
Does it have a very pepperminty flavor? Or is it kind of nasty straight off? Oh, wow. Yeah,
Very strong peppermint flavor.
very strong. At first you don't really kind of taste it, and then all of a sudden it just like kicks in, you're like, whew. Now what about spearmint?
I don't know. I don't have spearmints. Here we have the lovely deadly nightshade plant. Would you like to try that too?
So if I eat the plant, I'm gonna die. Or at least get really sick. I think I'm gonna pass on that one.
Okay, I suppose.
You can see the disappointment in his eyes.
The rest of this, I don't know what the rest of this stuff is.
Just random
It just
stuff.
Start growing.
Whoa, another nightshade.
Yeah, I've actually got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them in here, I guess.
So guys,
6 of them actually. There's another one over there.
if you need any poisoning of some sort of medieval style, Shad is obviously selling.
See, these will become the berries towards, probably August. They'll be in the ripening stages. It'll get to about this tall, roughly. I think that's what the one last year got to.
Dang, so they're like human-sized plants.
Yeah.
Creepy little boogers. Ooh, let's talk about some of your blacksmith projects.
Okay.
Have you done anything recently?
Yeah. Actually, I can go into the garage and get some of them I did. Be right back. They were, plant hooks. I put on the clothesline over there and hang some plants off of. Sun ended up killing the plants. I didn't get the best steel even after heat treating them and running them through the fire multiple times. There was still enough of the impurities in it that it started rusting.
Huh. So is rust basically because of the impurities?
Well, it helps it rust. I don't know the exact science behind it, but your stainless steel is iron that has a lot of carbon in it, and it's higher rust resistant. You're just iron by itself. This was just galvanized iron I made these out of. Key stock, basically. It has a much higher susceptibility to rust because it doesn't have the carbon, and there's a lot of the other crap in it that helps it rust. The steel cable that I used to make, I was starting to make that knife out of, it was a high-grade steel that they used to originally make the cable, and it so far hasn't been rusting that I've noticed, and it's been a couple weeks since I've last even really touched it. These started rusting after a couple of days.
Whoa.
Where the twists are right here, it doesn't appear to be doing anything, but these tips here, I don't know why. I just must not have done something right and they started rusting, but where the twists are, they are doing pretty good. They're nice little decoration pieces.
Yeah. It's a lot better than like the one time when we tried filming.
Yeah, that
we
was
just we couldn't get anything done.
That was a disaster in itself. But yeah, I made 4 of these. The other one's still hanging in the garage. I couldn't get it off the...
Yeah, well, it seems like it's come a long way. Getting a lot better at it.
Each time I'm trying to learn either learn something new or improve on something I've done. This was more of a test to do the tapering and the heat treating, which obviously didn't work out as great as I thought it did. Something else to improve on next time.
Constantly improving.
The knife that I was working on was a test on, well, learning to try and fuse the different pieces of metal together. I mean, it's all basically the same metal, but with the many strands. Just trying to get it all to work together, melt together. I'm not as, I'll say, cocky as I was that first time, thinking I was just going to bust out with a sword. That was obviously not the correct answer. So I'm trying each time to work on a certain skill or improve a certain skill.
You should make one of these.
I actually did make a sort of tong for... Actually, I believe it was when I was making these to get the ends here. It was decent. It didn't turn out the best, but it served its purpose.
There you go. Serving purpose.
Let's see, we've discussed medieval poisons,
which is fantastic.
Blacksmithing projects. What happens when you let an onion grow too long?
Which is beautiful.
Really? Yeah, it is. It's kind of cool.
I feel like I should just start growing onions around Chicago. Just like watch people come and go like, what in the world is that? And be like, ha, it's an onion, idiot. You don't know that because you live in the city.
What's next on discussion?
Ooh. Let's talk about some of your music projects for people watching.
Okay.
So, first off, like, let's hear from you kind of like what you're hoping to do with some of your music projects coming up soon, and how you'd like people involved to kind of get involved.
Well, I'd like to finish some of them. That's the main goal right now, is finishing them.
Starting.
I've got a couple different things I'm working on. I've got my 5th album I'm working on, To the End of Adventure. I've got about 6 or 7 tracks finished already. I'm looking to get up to about 45 minutes to an hour worth of actual music. There's the train.
Train. We'll see there. Okay, now you see that? Now it's working.
Yeah, I see that now.
What the heck?
I don't know.
Stupid.
But so I've got about 6 or 7 tracks that I've actually finished, and I've got about 4 or 5 more for this particular album that I've started. They're just about 1.5 to 2 minutes through, and I've stopped for whatever reason. So I've got that one going on. I'd like to get done by the end of this year. And then I've got my promotional album, Songs of the Sea. I've got a couple tracks done on it and a couple more tracks I've started. It's going to be mostly, pretty much all Celtic music. That's one I'm going to try and use to do some fundraising with, to get some of the better sample libraries, like the Hollywood Orchestra, Drums of War, Shivani. It's a voice program, voices, elven voices, elven chants, different things like that.
Ooh.
I'd like to get, I can't remember now what Mysticantus. It's a different choir program, 2 different choir programs that have Gregorian chants, different effects, vowels, consonants, word building, a little bit is in there, I believe. Just different things to work. I'm trying to build it all up to an eventual project album called Cities of Legend that I'd like to get the better programs for, to put this awesome album together.
Mm-hmm.
I've got, like, Shangri-La is going to be there, Camelot, Avalon, Valhalla, Cibola, all sorts of these mythical cities. I'm going to create music based off of them.
Wow. So would you say then, like, your specialty is fantasy and medieval music?
Oh, yes, definitely.
That's where, like, you like to focus your time?
Oh, yes.
Do you dabble in anything else, too, or just that's, like, sole focus because time is limited?
Orchestral, fantasy, Celtic, Oriental, just basically your world music is my focus.
And then, can people purchase your songs anywhere?
Mm-hmm. Everything I've done so far is on Bandcamp. I've also got Amazon. I believe there's Amazon, Google Play, iTunes, and CD Baby. They all have everything up through Spirit of the Oak. I have yet to put it up on any of them.
So does this mean you're on Spotify?
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
I don't remember.
And then, can people also, like, buy some of your songs to use in, like, videos or copyright?
Yeah, as long as they buy it, I don't care what they do with it.
Okay, because I know, like, some people sell songs, and you're like, oh, you pay this small fee, and you can use it, like, as a copyright in, like, a copyright permission sign-off.
Yeah, all of
different stuff.
When I upload all of my tracks on CD Baby, whenever they appear in a YouTube video, like all the songs that I put up on YouTube, I always get this, I don't remember now what it's called, but it tells me this song is copyrighted. Basically, it's because CD Baby is collecting the royalties that they send to me.
Mhm.
So if someone were to take one of my songs and put it in a video somewhere, after it's taken as short as a couple hours to show up. It's taken as long as a couple months to show up. It'll say this video. I don't remember now what it is. The song used in this video is being collected on by CD Baby. They own it. I mean, I own it, but they collect it for me.
Yeah.
So if I were to give you to use in this video, let's pick Awakening ORNG. That's one of my Oriental tracks.
Mhm.
And you put a section of it in there, you would eventually get this notice saying the gist of it would be every time someone watches it, I'd get money off of it.
Beautiful.
But that's the gist of it. I'm not good with explaining things at all.